We're live here at the Bonner Rhino for the second game of this weekend series between the Bonn Capitals, the home team, and the Hamburg Stealers. If you missed the opener yesterday, it was the home opener and the season opener because last week's games in Paderborn were called off due to inclement weather. Last night, the Capitals won handily against the visiting Steelers, 12-1, in the first starting game for the young prodigy from Bonn, Noah Lind. Pitched an excellent game, only giving up 1 run and 2 hits over 5 innings to earn the victory. And the game ended 12-1 after 7 innings. Rule being here in the German Bundesliga, if there's a lead of more than 10 runs after 7 innings, the game is then stopped at that point. And as we head into the second game of the series at noontime, in just 1 or 2 minutes, the Capitals look to sweep the series. And the Steelers hope to obviously deny the Capitals that chance. The Capitals will be sending their American starting pitcher Zach Dodson to the mound for the second game. And they take the field with the following starting lineup. As I said, Zach Dodson on the mound. Behind the plate will be Vinny Arlens. Vinny Arlens hit a home run yesterday in that victory. Playing third base is going to be Daniel Sanchez. The shortstop, Eric Blank. At second base today, Adi Stommel. And the first baseman will be Leonard Vela. In the outfield, in left field is John Schultz. In center field, Danny Lankhorst. And the right fielder is Justus Leckie. Zach Dodson, the left-hander on the mound, warming up with somewhat windy conditions, not nearly as windy as what we've had the past week, really, in this part of the country. Nevertheless, wind is blowing out, so the hitter gets the ball up in the air. Could get a little bit of assistance as that wind is blowing from left to right field or out to center field. It is a swirling wind. Good baseball playing weather, not too hot by any means. Around 10 to 12 degrees currently as we head into this noontime start. The umpires in today's games, behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, will be Kevin Muzic. The first base umpire today is Dennis Langebach. And the third base umpire is Dirk Biel. As I said, the Steelers will be looking to prevent the Capitals from sweeping the 2-game series. And stepping to the plate, the first batter is the center fielder, Tyler Villarreal. Steelers are already playing their 4th game of the season. They split their opening series last weekend against the Berlin Flamingos. And right-handed center fielder Tyler Villarreal, stepping to the plate yesterday, he was 1 for 2, having also drawn a base on balls. And he takes the first pitch from Zach Dodson. That one's inside for ball 1. A lot of the players are wearing long-sleeve shirts underneath the jerseys. And that second pitch in for a strike. Strike 1, 1-1 to count now. Zach Dodson gets the sign from Vinny Arlens. Next pitch called outside. Ball 2. 2-1 now. And that next pitch inside at the knees. And Villarreal with the advantage. 3-1 the count. This game has just started today at noontime. 3-1 pitch, also inside. And Villarreal takes a base on balls. And that brings up the left-handed hitter and DH Matic Lesniak. Yesterday also the DH, and Lesniak was 1 for 3. I made a mistake with Villarreal yesterday. He scored a run, did not have a hit. He drew a base on balls and came around to score in the first inning already. But that was the only damage that Noah Lind took yesterday. And the Capitals went on to that resounding 12-1 victory. And Zach Dodson pitch. That one finds over the plate, strike one. Well, the center fielder, Villarreal, with a good-sized lead. Left-handed pitcher Dodson looks over. Pitch comes out, and it's slightly outside over the plate. It's 1-1 now. So just like yesterday, Villarreal starts the game with a walk. Dodson holding him. Pitch on the way. That one also in the dirt. And count goes to 2-1. It's Dodson still here early on, trying to find the plate. Steelers obviously want to get on the board early, like they did yesterday. And Villarreal is off. Throw down to second. And Villarreal is safe. The head first slide. Lesniak swung on the pitch, and it's 2-2 now with the runner in scoring position. As Villarreal had a big enough lead and a good jump to steal second base. So now the count 2-2 with a runner in scoring position. Lesniak waits for the pitch. It comes. He holds. No, does not hold up. Called. The check swing went too far, and it's a K for Zach Dodson. Oh, his first strikeout. 1 out now here in the top half of the first inning, which brings up the catcher for the Hamburg Steelers, Alex Bentley. Well, Bentley went 0 for 2 yesterday. He exited the game, I believe, in the 6th or 7th inning. And there's Villarreal running on the first pitch. Throw to third, and he is called out. That's that one. Simply good bang-bang play there. Vinny Isles with the quick throw to third. Villarreal not completely happy with the call, as third base umpire Dirk Biel has a few words with the bench at Hamburg. But now 2 outs. As that stolen base attempt failed. And there's a long fly ball to left field, and that one is off the fence. Alex Bentley not feeling good. That ball is a double for most hitters. Even a catcher should be able to would probably get a double on that pitch. And just like he exited the game yesterday, there's good reason to think he. Yeah. Alex Bentley and the Hamburg Steelers going to take a look at him. And even yesterday at the beginning of the game, he was not walking smoothly. That would be an easy play at second, and certainly no threat to run, as he hits a long single off the fence in left field. That first pitch in for a strike to the next hitter, Breon Murphy, playing third base today. That curveball inside, 1-1 the count. A 1-1 count with 2 outs, runner on first base. And Tyler Villarreal naturally angry with himself that he was caught stealing at third base, because on that last hit he would have easily scored. Count now 1-2 to the cleanup hitter Murphy. And big swing, strike 3 to end the inning with 1 hit, no damage done. And this is Caps TV. We'll be back shortly. We're back in
Ja,
Illinois.
schönen guten Morgen auch von meiner Seite. Oder guten Mittag, ist ja schon nach 12. Also die Zeit für die Weißwurst ist vorbei. Ja, wir heute zum zweiten Spiel hier. Das Wetter sieht besser aus als gestern. Nach gestern haben wir ja mit Schneesturm angefangen, konnten das Spiel dann aber doch durchziehen. Und heute ist auch nicht ganz so windig wie gestern. Und ja, die Capitals am Schlag immer mit Eric Brank.
And Eric Brank swings at the first pitch. That's a pop fly right at the first baseman. And 1 pitch, 1 down already. As starting pitcher for the Steelers, Justin Olich, grateful for an easy out. That pop out to Marvin Kilic, the first baseman, and that brings up Daniel Sanchez.
Yeah, Justin Olich, he had a very good outing last week in Berlin. He played the first game, which they won like 14-2.
Yeah. And second pitch of the day for Olich, in for a strike to Sanchez as he gets ahead on the count. Second pitch, check swing, and called a ball. 1-1 to Sanchez. Justin Olich likes to work quickly. And Sanchez takes a warm-up swing, slow down the pace. Real open stance by the third baseman of the Capitals, and he slaps away at that one. Foul ball to the right into the second field, outfield, which puts Sanchez behind in the count, 1-2. And that one's in the dirt for ball 2, evening the count. Good-sized crowd here on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm expecting even a little bit more. I mean, yesterday evening, although it was so cold, it was amazing. Es war wirklich klasse. Es war richtig volles Stadion gestern Abend zum Saisonauftakt. Und ich hoffe mal, heute kommen auch noch ein paar dazu.
And that curveball slapped to the first baseman, and he smothers it and steps on the bag himself. Marvin Kilic for the second out. And 2 up, 2 down, bringing up the catcher Vinny Ollins to the plate. Ollins, player of the game, you could say, yesterday with a home run.
And I think 3 runs or so.
3. Looking at those stats yesterday, Vinny Ollins, scoring 3 runs, 1 RBI, 2 hits. One of 4 Bond hitters with 2 hits. Oh, 2 outs, and that first pitch right down the middle for strike 1. That one kind of a common theme, huh? The ball's getting past the catcher.
Actually, yes, yesterday, especially in the first inning.
Yeah.
I mean, they really were struggling there, pitcher and catcher, so.
And next pitch inside for ball 2, 2-1. And that might have a little bit simply to do with the catcher, who really has not simply his legs are limping around a lot. And that ball poorly thrown by the shortstop. And Vinny Ollins is able to reach base safely. The question would be whether that's called an error.
No, I don't think so.
It was a close play.
He was running in between.
Ball was in the dirt. Made it tough for the first baseman.
I would give him a hit.
You give him a hit. Okay, we'll give him a hit. So Vinny Ollins with already his 3rd hit of the series, and now coming up to bat is Dan Lamhunt. Dan Lamhunt, not Dan.
Yeah, we have Dan, which is Daniel Lamhunt.
Yeah.
And then we have Daniel Sanchez, who is Danny Sanchez. And we have Danny Langhorst, who is only Danny.
Okay. We got 2 Dannys and a Dan. Dan Lamhunt. The cleanup hitter, runner on first base, and he hits one over the shortstop's head for a single. Vinny Ollins turns second but holds up, and we've got runners on first and second base. 2-out rally. That brings up the left fielder and left-handed hitter, John Schultz. John Schultz yesterday himself went 2 for 4, scoring 2 times. Despite scoring 12 runs yesterday, there were only 7 RBIs, as some of those.
Yeah, they had a lot of
wild
passed balls, wild pitches. So.
Yeah, that first pitch is strike 1 to John Schultz. Well, he's new on the team this year. What can you say about what can we?
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. So he played independent league in the U.S. For a while. Yeah. In Evansville last year.
My home state, good.
Oh, good, you know Evansville, yeah.
Of course,
so good.
Of course, Indiana.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But so I think he played a couple of seasons in Evansville. But in between, he played in Australia in the wintertime. I mean, our wintertime.
Yeah.
And this is how he got to know Wilson Lee.
Okay.
So so he knows at least one guy already from our team.
Wilson Lee doing some scouting. Wilson Lee's still stuck in Australia, is that right?
Yes, because of Corona. So.
All right. One Australian for another. John Schultz, 2-1 in the count, and he waits and he slaps that one into center field, and that one's going far, far, far back, and that's also off the fence. The runners are running on the pitch, and there are going to be 2 runs crossing the plate on that double by John Schultz. 2-out rally.
Good hit.
It's a long double off the center field fence over the head of Villarreal.
As
And
you
the
said,
Capitals on the board take the lead after the first
2-out
one.
rally, you said that.
And that's going to bring up Justus Leckie, the right fielder. Justus, yesterday 0 for 2 at the plate, scoring a run, though. Drew a walk. One of 6 walks that the Capitals drew yesterday. Currently, they have 3 hits, no walks, and that one's inside. Justus Leckie leans over the plate some, challenging the pitcher. And the count is 1-1. And that curveball check swing. He went around according to the first base umpire, Kevin Music. Oh, sorry. Dennis Langenbach, first base umpire. Next pitch. Called inside. 2-2 the count. 2s across the board. 2 runner on second. 2 runs scored. 2-2 count. 2 outs. And that curveball hit to left field, and that's going to bring home the next run. Throw cut off at third base. John Schultz chugs across for the 3rd run of the inning after 2 easy outs for Justin Olich. The last 4 hitters have reached base.
So here's the Danny who is just Danny.
This is making my mind spin. And although I know these guys, but well, okay, Danny Sanchez, Danny, right?
Daniel Sanchez called Danny.
But he's called Danny, yeah. So he's a Danny as far as I don't care if he's Daniel, he's Danny.
Okay, he's Danny.
We got 2 Dannys. This is also Danny, and called strike 1. Oh, center fielder today, Danny Lankhorst. Takes ball 1 and 1-1 to count. Runner on first base, Justus Leckie with an RBI. Pitch comes, curveball, fouled back. It's 1-2 now. Now Olich gets the signal. And that's one also fouled back. Count remains 1-2. It'll be interesting to see also how long Alex Bentley stays in this game when he can hardly run, but doesn't need to run in the field much. Next pitch, another curveball. That one's outside, and the count goes to 2-2. That one's high and outside. And count now full. It's Olich with a little bit of a control problem at the moment. And that wind has shifted from right field to left field now, swirling around, and full count pitch, fouled back. Oh. We'll repeat that full count pitch. And that one popped up high in the air, and that goes just behind.
Into the stands.
Into the stands behind home plate.
Nobody catched it.
No.
Caught it.
Exactly. So you get on Brent's case about his German, huh? We're gonna get on your case about that.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes I know how it's right, and then so I corrected myself.
You
That's
corrected
okay.
yourself. Good for you. Slid, slide, and slud.
Yeah.
Sludded to second base, maybe. Anyway, full count pitch again. 2 outs, then throw over to first base this time. And Justus Leckie back easily.
And we are still in the first inning. 20 minutes.
That pitch count going up for Olich. Full count pitch fastball. That one's fouled back again, and Daniel Ankor's really making him work. Kids chasing foul balls down. It should run and turn that in. There's a little blooper to the shortstop for the third out of the inning, but not before some damage is done as the Capitals push 3 runs across the board after the first 2 outs of the inning. And the score after one full frame, Capitals 3, Steelers 0. This is Caps TV. Heading into the second inning with the Capitals in the lead, and stepping to the plate for the Steelers, Marvin Kilich, the first baseman. The numbers just aren't right compared to what they have in the program here. They're switching jerseys
No,
around.
actually, programs, we do that like 2 weeks or
Yeah.
3 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah.
So.
I should start paying attention here. These numbers. And second pitch from Dobson, high and outside. 1-1 the count to Kilich. Who didn't play yesterday. 2-1 count now to the first baseman. Dotson winds up and pitch off the glove. And it's ball 3. 3-1 the count. Well, similar to the first pitcher in the first batter in the first inning. Dotson having a few problems. That one's in the dirt for ball 4. 2 innings in a row that the leadoff hitter gets on base with a base on balls. And that's going to bring up Mark Harder playing second base. Also did not appear in yesterday's game. The right side of the infield, new for the Steelers. Left-handed hitter facing the left-handed pitcher. And Harder takes strike 1. Kilich, not a base-stealing threat, with a moderate lead. Dotson gets the sign, looks at first, winds up, pitches strike 2, swinging. 2 strikeouts already in the first inning for Zach Dobson, looking for his third of the game. 0-2 the count. Why is it 1-1 on the board? It should be 0-2 if I...
Yeah, it is 0-2.
Okay, and the Weeks strike 3, as that curveball was too much for Harda. First out of the inning, and stepping to the plate
Yeah, so Zach Dodson is kind of back home. Everybody knows he played 2 seasons in Bonn, and then last year he decided to go back and play in Mexico. This is due to the Corona situation, because there were not many games here in Germany.
Yeah.
And so he was not with the team then last season, but of course he left to come back, and so this season he's back.
Good to have a pitcher like him in the ranks, and always a solid. And that one is nubbed down to third base line. Good play by Vinny Allens to pick that one up just about 15, 20 feet away from home plate, and throws to first for the second out. A runner can advance on that play. If you're keeping score at home, that'd be 2-3 for the second out of the inning. That was Olachevsky, the left fielder. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Julian De Alba. De Alba takes that first pitch inside at the knees. Ball 1. Fends that one off. It goes down to the right field and foul play, sorry. And somebody ducking there.
The kids are running.
Makes the count 1-1.
Somebody should tell them that they have to give back the balls.
We'll go down there.
They get sweets for it.
We'll get down there, yeah. Now they need to reach Struwwelpeter, huh? Like if they don't return the ball, we'll cut their thumb off.
Oh, come on. We are not that cruel.
The fly ball to left field ends the second inning. We'll one runner remaining on base. And after 1.5 innings of play, it's Capitals 3, Steelers 0. This is Caps TV. So we go to the bottom half of the second inning, and stepping into the plate for the Capitals is first baseman Leonard Vela with the 31. First pitch is ball. A ball, 1-0 the count. And that second pitch outside, ball 2. Well, in the on-deck circle is Adi Stommel, an institution. And that one called low. Ball 3. 3-0 the count as Justin Olich falls behind on the leadoff hitter. That time also 4 pitches, 4 balls, and Leonard Vela draws the walk to lead off the second inning. Bottom of the second, and Adi Stommel. It's the first time I've heard some walk-up music. Have they not been playing walk-up music for the other hitters?
They do, but normally they do, but I think one of
somebody's
the young...
fallen asleep.
No, actually, the guy on the music today, he hasn't done that very often.
Okay. So. Well, he remembered Adi Stommel has a song.
Eddie Stommel, by
Eddie
the way.
Stommel. Eddie Stommel. He's Adrian, huh?
Yeah.
But you call him Eddie.
Yeah.
Come on.
They call him Eddie with an E.
0-1 to count to the second baseman as he hits a sky-high ball behind home plate. And that is collected by the catcher, Bentley, for the first out of the inning. Which will bring up the leadoff hitter for the Capitals, Eric Blank, the shortstop. He popped up to the first baseman his first at-bat. So Leonard Vela on first base, and that curveball in the dirt, or low, for ball one. There's some music. There is the music. Right, maybe I was just not paying attention. Curveball in there for strike one. 1-1 to count. One out. Runner on first. Brank waits the pitch. And a ground ball to the shortstop. Goes to second. And the first, no double play, but they get the lead runner, Vela, at second base on that fielder's choice. Now 2 outs. That'll bring up Danny Sanchez. Well, Danny Sanchez, the third baseman, and that's been one position the Capitals have been a little searching for quite a while. Who's going to play? Who's going to be the permanent third baseman? And it looks like Danny Sanchez going to get that honor. As he hits it to the second baseman, nice backhand. And he throws to shortstop to end the inning. Oh, no damage done.
That was quick.
Quick. Bottom half of the second, no runs scored. And after 2 full innings of play, Capitals are in the lead, 3-0. This is Caps TV.
Dein Sport, dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen.
Das ist Mia. Mia hat zu Hause einen richtig schönen Designboden, der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schultz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden-Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schultz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps!
Dein Sport, dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen.
We're back in Bonn, and between innings here, the new mascot of the Capitals was introduced, or not introduced, but the name was given because there was a contest.
I mean, it's not completely new, but it has a new costume and a new outfit, so
new
to
outfit.
speak. And we had this lion before, but we didn't use it for a while.
Yeah.
So now he's pretty new in
resurrected.
Yes, kind of. Because it's Easter week, right?
Yes, exactly.
And so we were looking for a name for it.
Yeah.
And yesterday evening at the game, so people could hand in their suggestions.
Yeah.
And there were 3 people suggesting Kepi as the name. And then out of the 3, there was picked somebody winning this shirt. Winning this shirt with signed by the team. So
good. So we have for the Lion mascot, Kepi, the name. Coming back to the action, first leadoff hitter for the Steelers here in the top of the third, Linus Hartmann. The right fielder counts 2-1. Swing and a miss. And that evens up the count 2-2. Yesterday, Linus Hartmann held hitless, 0 for 2, and he gets called out on strikes. One of the rare players who has stirrup socks. You don't see those very much anymore.
Yeah, sometimes Danny Langhorst at the Bonn Capitals does it, but it's hardly seen anymore.
Yeah, I remember my few years playing Little League Baseball, we still had stirrup socks, but those are pretty much a thing of the past. As the low-rise pants have become modern in the last couple of decades. You rarely see a player, although Zach Dotson has higher pants, but no stirrups per se. The rest of the team almost. And there's hit by pitch, Villarreal. So that's the second time he reaches base. With one out, Villarreal, who stole second base in the first inning, and then was thrown out on a close play, trying to steal third base. A decision he would later rue
he
because
will probably not try it again. From 2 to 3, I mean.
Yeah, that because Alex Bentley, 2 hitters later, hit a single that would have driven him in easily. But we're looking now at Matic Lesniak, the DH. He struck out his first at-bat. But still a decent-sized lead, and pitcher goes to first base. Keep him honest.
Yeah, they picked 2 yesterday at first base, so...
Really taking a good-sized lead. He's challenging Zach Dodson. Comes to the plate, though. And the count goes to 1-1 to Lesniak. Center fielder Villarreal chomping at the bit, it looks like. 1-1 to count, 1 out. Runner on first base and throw over there. Steelers looking to put something together here. They've had very little luck against that. And there goes the runner on a curveball, and he's in safely. This time, feet first. Previous 2 steal attempts, he went head first. So, runner goes to second on that stolen base, Villarreal. And like in the first inning, managed to get a runner, the aforementioned Villarreal, into scoring position. Count is 1-2 to Lesniak. That curveball is called strike 3. Froze Lesniak. That's the 4th strikeout of the game. For Zach Dotson. Stepping in, Alex Bentley, the catcher. Big swing, strike 1. Alex Bentley, somebody who can make contact, had that long single in the first inning. Yesterday, he had a RBI on a ground out. So he puts the wood to the ball. And that is probably one reason, although he doesn't look like he is, his legs are totally healthy, they still want him batting. And that curveball, strike two. Well, we could use a little bit of sunshine here, huh? Sunshine reggae. As that's playing in the background. Umpire calls time. Now Bentley steps back into the batter's box. Runner at second base for the Steelers. 2 outs. 1-2 pitch coming. And fastball to Sanchez, who decides to put the tag on Villarreal, and missed the tag, but Villarreal called out of the baseline, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning.
That was an interesting game.
Interesting play. Probably the easy thing, if it's such a hot smash and a slow runner, you throw to first. But all's well that ends well, and no runs cross the plate for the Steelers as Bentley hobbles back to the dugout. Yeah, after 2.5 innings, it's Capitals 3, Steelers 0. This is Caps TV. And we're heading back to action here at the Rheinau. As Justin Olich prepares to throw his final warm-up pitch. And stepping to the plate here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning is the catcher, Vinny Allens. Well, Vinny Allens scored in the 1st inning. And that first pitch called a strike. And he hits a grounder to the shortstop yet again. And this throw much more on target than the first time. And Vinny Allens is thrown out for the 1st out of the inning, 6-3. And stepping to the plate is Dan Lamb Hunt. And crowd size really swelling now. Sun is shining again. Lamb Hunt, last season's MVP in the North Division.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's let his hair grow, huh?
He didn't go to the for a haircut since we started with Corona.
Aha!
So over 2 years now. He decided not to have a haircut.
And can he like see anything? Because your hair in front grows too, or does he have a mullet?
He has a helmet that can.
The helmet, yeah, he can put
back.
it under the helmet and under the hat. And he fouls that one back. Evens the count 2-2 to the DH in this game for the Capitals. After the shaky first inning, Justin Olich has calmed down and surrendered a leadoff walk in the second inning. But currently, and he gets, Dan Lamhunt manages to foul tip that one, and count will stay 2-2. Lamhunt
Strange music.
with a single, and in his first at-bat. What would you play for him?
I don't know.
It sounds like Schlager, huh?
Yeah, that's German Schlager.
German Schlager. And that manages to get his bat on that one, just barely. He's got ahead on that pitch. Count remains full. Need to start a wave here or something like that. There's so many fans in the seats. There's a shot to the third baseman. Yeah, he throws across and gets Lamhunt for the second out of the inning. Cleanly fielded there by Murphy, who throws over to Kilich for the second out of the inning. And stepping up to the plate is John Schultz, the left fielder, who drove in 2 runs his first at-bat in the first inning with a double off the center field fence. And the left-handed hitter takes ball 1. From the left-handed pitcher, Olich. Next pitch, curveball. Catches the edge of the plate for strike 1. Ball 2. Olich in a rhythm at the moment. Doesn't wait around. Wants to see if that was a strike, and asking the third base umpire, who waited for the home plate umpire to ask him. And he said, no, he held up. So the count goes 2-1. Catcher Bentley goes to the mound to speak. Have a few words with his pitcher. And left fielder Schultz waiting, and Bentley has a word or two with the umpire at the plate. Olich gets the sign, and the pitch is inside. Hits John Schultz on the elbow. Maybe that was what all the conversation was about. It's like, where are we going to hit him? Hit by pitch. Sends John Schultz to first base with 2 outs now. And Stoselecki, the right fielder, he had an RBI single in the first inning. one's in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. Bentley had a lot of problems yesterday with his pitcher, Joe Wittig. And that off-speed pitch fouled. Ball one, or strike one. 1-1. John Schultz. Probably not a base stealing threat, but has a good lead. That one's high and inside for ball 2. Oh. Justus Leckie, patient hitter. Yeah, good sized lead actually for Schultz. Off speed. Leckie pulls that one foul towards the Hamburg dugout. And now we're getting that walk-up music, and it's also one I don't really recognize. Anything you know?
No, I don't know.
2-2 pitch. And that one to the third baseman, who throws the first for the third out of the inning. Another 5-3. And Capitals fail to score runs in the bottom half of the third inning. And the score remains 3-0. This is Caps TV. And we're back, heading into the top half of the fourth inning. Due to appear, first baseman Marvin Kilich, third baseman Brian Murphy, Marvin Kilich, and Mark Harda in the middle of the lineup, middle of the order. Brian Murphy struck out his first time at bat to end the first inning. As both pitchers have shown good command, with the exception of the bottom half of the first inning. They're going by quickly here. Counts 0-1 to Murphy, who fouls off the first pitch. Right-handed pitch. A right-handed hitter takes that one. Ball 1 outside. As the curveball didn't curve much, or not in the right spot. Now 1-1. Fastball fouled back. Fortunately, that fence was here. Otherwise, Fabian, I think you would have had some problems, huh?
No, he would have caught it.
1-2 the count to the third baseman of the Steelers, Murphy. Curveball hit right back to Dodson, who fields it cleanly, throws to first base for an easy first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up number 15, Marvin Kilich, the first baseman, who in his first plate appearance drew a walk. Curveball catches the outside edge of the plate for strike one. Next pitch as Dotson also working quickly and has got ahead on the count. 0-2 versus Kilich. That fastball called strike three. Kilich knew that was a strike.
1-2-3.
1-2-3. And let's see if we get a 1-2-3 inning as the next batter steps into the box. Mark Harder, the second baseman, who struck out in his first at-bat. And those fastballs coming in very fast as Dotson has warmed up his arm. Real good-sized crowd now.
Yeah.
Lots of people showing up.
I mean, that really shows that people were waiting for a new season to start.
And last season wasn't so enjoyable. It was short.
It was a short
Corona.
season, yeah. And of course, we take that as a good sign for the Champions Cup in June.
Yeah.
Because we are looking forward to that, and of course we hope that stands will be full.
No, certainly. There'll be action all day long here at the park.
Action from 10:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock in the evening. And with the Bond Capitals having the night games, so.
And there's another strike. It's 2-2 now, the count to Harder. When exactly will what are the dates again?
7th to the 11th of June.
7th to the 11th of June.
So it's Tuesday till Saturday.
And there's strike three
so
called.
1-2-3.
A 1-2-3 inning for Zach Dotson, his first of the game. And the score still is 3-0 for the Caps. We'll talk a little bit more about the Champions Cup when we come back. This is Caps TV. Leading off the bottom half of the fourth inning will be the center fielder, Danny Lankhorst, who blooped to the shortstop in his first at-bat.
Max has forgotten his helmet.
Lankhorst,
Danny
Lankhorst tries to bunt his way to first base, but pulls it just foul down the third base line. And that brings in the third baseman, Murphy. Who's just on the edge of the dirt, edge of the grass at third base. Next pitch, 0-1. And there's another bloop to the shortstop behind second base. That's the second time that Danny has done that. for the first out of the inning now. Stepping to the plate will be the first baseman, Leonard Vela. As Olic also finding his groove. That fastball called inside for ball one. Fouled away for ball two, or strike two. Oh, and two, 1 and 1. 1 and 1, sorry. 1 and 1. I thought I'd said ball one the first time. 1 and 1 the count to Vela. Olic really going fast. Once he gets the ball, he does not mess around. 2 and 1 to count. And let's see if he'll be thunderstruck. And fastball pulled foul. Evening the count at 2. Vela awaits the pitch. And he hits that one.
Foul.
Just foul outside of third base. Ball was bouncing down the line and took a left-hand turn at third base before it reached it. That keeps the count 2 and 2 as Leonard Vela has to walk back down to the home plate, where he'll await the 2 and 2 pitch from Justin Olic. Vela drew a walk in his first at-bat. And that one, he can't connect a pitch that was high and outside. He strikes out for the second out of the inning. And Eddie Stommel, fan favorite, steps up to the plate. He popped up behind home plate in his first at-bat. And he takes strike one on the first pitch from Olic. And a curveball, strike two.
Yeah, Bond's offense very quiet since the first inning.
Exactly. Both pitchers really in good form. Players aren't putting the ball in play. The hitters aren't. And there's a ball one. And hits that one down left field in at the line and caught by the left fielder Olachevsky for the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 for Justin Olic for the first time as the pitchers gaining the upper hand in this game. Score is, after 4 complete innings here in Bonn, 3-0 for the Capitals. This is Caps TV.
Dein Sport, dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen. Dein Dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen.
And we're back in Bonn. Heading into the top half of the fifth inning. The Hamburg Steelers are being stymied by Zach Dodson with only one hit so far. But hits have been at a minimum in general in this game. And already ahead of the count to left fielder Mirko Olszewski, who takes strike two. The 0-2 pitch is tight at the knees for ball one. No, 1-2 now the count. Bonn jumped out to the lead in the first inning, 3-0, and it's been silent for both teams ever since, as Olszewski swings at strike three for the first out here at the top half of the fifth, which means shortstop Julian De Alba steps up to the plate. He popped up to left field in the second inning in his first at-bat. Takes ball one on the first pitch. Next pitch from Dodson. Strike one. And swinging for the fence and missing. De Alba falls behind in the count 1-2. See if he goes with a curveball here. Get him to chase something bad. Now he goes with heat and he strikes out the shortstop. 2 strikeouts in a row in the fifth inning. As the strikeout count is rising. Number 42, Julian Hartmann, the right fielder. He struck out in his first at-bat. Two outs, and that curveball has Hartmann spinning. Ball one. 9 strikeouts already for Dodson, as he evens the count 1-1. 1-1 to the right fielder Hartmann. Looking for his first hit in this series, and that curveball freezes the left-handed hitter. It's 1-2 now. Goes to the fastball, and that one gets Hartmann swinging. 3 outs, 3 Ks, 3 in a row, as Zach Dodson throws a good inning to the bottom of the order. And after 4.5 innings of play, it is 3-0. This is Caps TV.
Das ist Mia. Mia hat zu Hause einen richtig schönen Designboden, der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schultz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden-Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schultz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps!
Wir müssen jetzt mal wieder ein paar Punkte machen.
Yeah, das wäre schön.
We would like to see some runs here. We are top of the order, so maybe that's a good sign.
Yes, as Eric Brank Eric Blank steps up to the plate to lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning. He reached base his previous at-bat on a fielder's choice. And that first pitch called a strike. That one is in the dirt. And ball 1. 1-1.
Eric looking for his first hit in this series.
Yeah. And his big swing there. Strike 2 to the shortstop. And really, like Eddie Stommel, he's been. How long has he been now with the Caps?
I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah,
or
certainly.
even longer. He started as a kid, so.
Yeah, and looking here, so, well, it says here Capitals since 2015.
Eddie Stommel, definitely longer.
Eric Blank, no.
Eric Blank,
Eric Blank I was talking about. And Eric Blank gets that hit that he's been looking for.
He has his hit,
That's the important thing.
That's true. He's with the Capitals for the last 7 years,
Eddie Stommel, 2003. Starting probably just a little tyke, playing T-ball. Oh, leadoff hitter on base for the Capitals. In fact, the first time since the 2nd inning when Leonard Vela drew a leadoff walk. Eric Blank with a good-sized lead. And the count goes 1-0 to Danny Sanchez. Well, Sanchez has reached base on a fielder's. Oh, sorry, he's 0 for 2. 0 for 2 so far. And there goes Eric Blank, and that throw is high, fortunately backed up by the second baseman because it went over the shortstop's head, who was covering second base, and Eric Blank is now on second base. Nobody out. And the Caps are looking for some runs. Did you just say we're looking for some runs?
Yes, I did.
Oh, maybe you need to say that more
and
often,
I still
Angela.
mean that. I still mean that.
As long as it's the Capitals who are batting, right? Don't say that when the Steelers go.
As long as the Capitals are ahead, let's say that way.
Well, I think when they're behind, it's even more important that they get some runs. We're getting a little kooky here. We're getting kooky. It's only midway through the game. What's it going to be like at the end? Fabian's going to probably do a song and dance number for us, huh?
In the 7th inning stretch.
The 7th inning stretch. He's going to get up on the roof here in front of us, entertain the fans and
no problem.
Well, Eric Blank can advance to third on that chopper to the shortstop, and he throws out Danny Sanchez, who comes up a little gimpy himself.
Obviously, he injured.
Yeah, he's done something. Hard to tell if it's ankle or hamstring, thigh.
Hamstring looks like hamstring.
Yeah, he's holding the back of his leg. Not a good sign on that play. 6-3 for the first out of the inning, but we'll have to see if Danny Sanchez will come back after that, as he stretched to reach first base. So now, Vinny Allens, who is 1 for 2 today, with the infield drawn in with 3 of the 4 infielders on the grass, and third baseman Murphy just on the edge of the grass, as the Steelers do not want any more runs crossing the plate. 1-0 count to Vinny Allens, with 1 out and a Capital on third base. And that curveball is low. Count goes 2-0. And it's not really sensible to just say, okay, let's pitch around Vinnie Islands. Then that only brings up Dan Lamb Hunt. There's another ball in the dirt as the catcher couldn't find it. It was rolled underneath the umpire's legs.
What was wrong there? They were yelling at each other.
I think somebody was telling them where the ball was because the umpire did not make any move. So count goes to 3-0 to Vinnie Islands. That 3-0 pitch comes. He watches that one for a strike. 3-1 with one out. And the wind now blowing straight to center field. And he hits that one. It's off the glove of the pitcher, Olich, and bounces into center field for a single and an RBI. The lead now.
Here's another run.
4-0. And I don't know why you're not saying that more often, Angela, because it was pretty silent there for 3 innings. It was silent. Oh, RBI single. As that one glanced off the edge or the tip of Olich's glove. And Dan Lamb Hunt comes to the plate. Who's 1 for 2 with a run scored today.
So we have people complain about how it's not loud enough, our sound, but actually we are at all levels very high.
Okay.
So it should be okay. So so maybe you just test your computer's settings. So.
And that one is caught nicely there by the right fielder, Mark Harder, who throws honestly a bullet to home plate, but for no reason because it was only a runner on first base. But it was a damn good throw to home plate. Fortunately, Eric Blank was not trying to score there. He already had scored, and that's the second out of the inning. That line drive caught by the right fielder, and that brings up John Schultz, who has a double and reached base in a second at-bat after being hit by a pitch. Well, Vinnie Island stays on first base after that second out. And with two men out, John Schultz takes ball one. Well, Vinnie Island's catcher with a modest lead at first base, and that off-speed pitch is inside for ball 2. Now 2-0 to the left fielder, Schultz. Outfielders playing straight away, all 3 positions. And nice off-speed pitch there. It goes 2-1. The count to John Schultz. Schultz is 1 for 1 today, and he hits that one, and that one was just too hot for the shortstop, who eaten up by that ball, and Vinnie Islands can go all the way to third base on.
He didn't stop. He just went on.
Yeah, well,
so.
That ball was much too sharply hit for the shortstop. Now, with runners on first and third and 2 out, a chance for Justus Leckie to do a little more damage, as there's a meeting on the mound. That was a hard play for the shortstop because I took a bounce off the mound, just missed Justin Olich, who he couldn't have fielded it himself, was dancing to avoid it. It made it even more difficult then for Julian De Alba to field that ball cleanly. It ate him up and bounced into center field. With runners now on the corners for the Capitals. As David Wohlgemuth has a word with Justin Olich. Oh, Justus Leckie has an RBI to his credit in this game. He's 1 for 2. And that pitch count for Justin Olich definitely has been rising. He had a long first inning, but calmed down after that. And that first pitch to Leckie is called strike 1. Runner on first with a modest lead. Throw over to first. He has to dive back, Schultz. Capitals have scored 1 run already this inning. Looking to pad the lead. It's just like he hits a fly ball to right field, shallow right field. And that is caught by Hartmann to end the bottom half of the 5th, but not before the Capitals score a run to make it 4-0. This is Caps TV. Oh, a little bit of a lineup change for the Capitals as in his previous at-bat, Danny Sanchez, he pulled up after crossing first base. It looked like a possible hamstring issue. He's been taken out of the game. And moving over to third base is now Leonard Vela. John Schultz moves from left field over to first base, and the new left fielder is Riccardo Migliore. And there is that Eddie Stommel couldn't catch that little blue line drive, very slow and he was uncertain, had a real tight spin. And so he had to field it on the bounce and throw over to first base for the first out of the inning. That was Tyler Villarreal. 4-3 if you're scoring that at home. And the DH, Lesniak, steps up to the plate. 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts so far today. And Zach Dodson, his curveball is called ball 1. And that fastball shatters the bat.
Uh-oh.
And he'll have to get some new lumber.
That bat is done.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of it?
I don't know if he, don't know. It went everywhere. Small pieces in front of home plate. There's the handle. Saw the head of the bat fly down the third baseline. Nobody hurt. Nothing happened other than that a bat was lost. Count is now even, 1-1, with 1 out already. Lesniak awaits the pitch. Dotson delivers. Strike 2. The wind has shifted. It's straight out to center field. And that curveball, a beauty. As Lesniak strikes out yet again. 3 Ks in this game for the DH. And stepping to the plate is the catcher, Alex Bentley. He's 1 for 2. Had a single in his first at-bat, reached base on a fielder's choice, and a second at-bat. 2 down already, the top of the 6th, as the Steelers are looking to get some hits or something. Hits have been rare for them today.
They had 1 or 2?
One hit according to my count. They have a couple of bases on balls. Also a hit pitcher or hit batsman. And Migliore can't get to that one. And Bentley chugs into second base. Well, that was the longest run from first to second I've ever seen. It looked like it was taking 20 seconds. Valiant play there, or valiant attempt by Migliore. You almost think if he had just pulled up and fielded that cleanly, Bentley wouldn't have been able to go to second. But that didn't happen, and the Steelers have a runner yet again in scoring position. They have managed that for the 3rd time today, but have not been able to push a run across. Stepping up to the plate is third baseman Brian Murphy. He's 0 for 2 today, and that curveball is outside for ball 1. Oh, 1-0 the count. With 2 outs, runner on second base. Strike 1 as he fouls that one back. It'd take a big hit for Bentley to score. Literally the slowest player in the game at the moment.
Because he's injured, obviously.
Yeah, but you got to call it. He's hurt, but he's slow. One and 2 the count with 2 outs. 4-0 to score. Capitals in the lead. They pushed a run across in the previous inning and opened the game with 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. And that pitch is low. 2-2 the count now. So weather has turned for the better. Lots of clouds, but the sun has been shining almost the whole day.
It's still chilly, so
it's chilly.
But it's worth to come out.
Yep. Comfortable weather if you bring the proper attire. And that curveball in the dirt. Vinny Allen spinning around looking for the ball. The count now is full 3-2. Been quite a while since we've had a full count. according to my records, I don't know if there's been one yet, at least not for Dodson. First full count.
Yeah, he regularly strikes them out 1 to 3.
Well,
so
he's got a total of 11 strikeouts after 5 2/3 innings. And there's a base on balls, another one.
This is walk.
Runners now on first and second for the Steelers. Bringing first baseman Marvin Kilich to the plate. Kilich has drawn a walk and struck out, 0 for 1. And although we shouldn't be overly concerned, but big hit would score 3 runs if it's a real big hit. The first pitch is fouled back.
I'm sure that Zach Dodson tries to avoid that.
Well, of course he would do that. It's 0-1. Kilich waits for the pitch, and that curveball is in there for strike 2. If Dodson wants to be tactical, he might throw a pitch low in the dirt, get him to swing, or he just says, I'm going to throw some heat by you, try and hit it. And he goes with the fastball, fouled back.
Oh, we are
not going to mess around with fancy pitches. I think he'll go with another fastball, see if the first baseman can get some wood on it. Got him with some off speed though that time. Weak swing to end the top half of the 6th inning. 2 runners left on base for the Steelers, but no run score. And the score remains 4-0 for the Capitals. This is Caps TV.
Okay, we are at the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0 the lead for the Capitals, and we have Danny Lankhorst at bat. And we have a new pitcher on the mound. That is Sean Cruz, the new pitcher who joined the Steelers for this season. He pitched last week in Berlin for a while. Still trying to adjust with Alex Bentley, the catcher. And here he goes. Oops. Okay, first pitch is a hit by pitch on the back of Danny Langhorst. So leadoff hitter is on first base after one pitch. And we have Leonard Vela now at bat. And Danny Langhorst tried to steal second base, but quick throw from Alex Bentley, and so out at second. Caught stealing.
Caught stealing, Langhorst, after reaching first base on a single or
no, on a hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch, okay. As I was temporarily indisposed. Hit by pitch and caught stealing.
And we have the new pitcher, Cruz, on the mound.
Okay, new pitcher for the Steelers, Cruz, who had a rough outing last week in Berlin. In the second game of that two-game set. Right-handed pitcher. And the count goes up to 3-1 to Leonard Vela. With one out now. And Cruz's pitch is outside. Oh. Some control issues for Cruz. Hit batsman. And a walk. Now Eddie Stommel, second baseman, steps up to the plate. He flew out to left field in his previous at-bat. 0 for 2 today. Leonard Vela with the lead, and that one is also a ball. Cruz navigating around home plate, but not quite finding it. Nice size lead for Vela. And that pitch is inside for ball 2. Kevin Muzic calling the balls and strikes today. And that one finds the plate. Ball strike 1. Now a 2-1 count. Oh, that one forces Stommel to duck away. Cruz came, new player to the club.
Yep.
Runner takes his lead at first. Stommel, 3-1 count to the second baseman, and that ball is also inside, so Cruz really having some problems. That's 2 walks in a row. He hit the first batsman, had the good fortune to that his catcher could throw out Langhorst in an attempted steal. 1 out. But nobody has put the ball in play yet for the Capitals. And if you're listening, or watching, I should say, you might be interested in knowing that there's a new plan, Angela, to get people to join the bond capitals in a let's say with reserve seating.
Yeah, we sold or are still selling the Caps supporter card, and quite a number of people have taken that. I mean, they support the club financially and secure themselves a reserve seat.
There's a shot by Brank, but right at the center fielder, who does not try and throw out Leonard Vela, who took a pretty big jump off a second.
Should have been a little shorter.
Yeah, just would have bounced right in front, but good piece, good hit, but unfortunately right at the center fielder. For the second out of the inning, man, that is going to bring up then Ricardo Migliori. He came in for Donnie Sanchez, who exited the game last inning as Sanchez ran down first base line and pulled up limping afterwards with what looked like a hamstring issue. First pitch to Migliori, now playing left field, is a ball. Anyway, we were interrupted.
To go on with the reserved seats.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a reserved seat, we have a little nice plaque on your seat then with your number.
Yeah.
You can still buy them. Just send an email to ticket@capitals.de.
Good. And that gives you your reserve seat for all games of the season, including Champions Cup games?
Yeah, you don't have to buy it including Champions Cup, but you can, and most of the people have done that. So.
Okay. And there's a shot at the third baseman. He catches it and throws out Migliori for the third out of the inning. So a little shaky there by Cruz, but defense comes up big. And after 6 full innings, it's now 4-0, or still 4-0. Capitals in the lead. This is Caps TV.
Dein Sport, dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen. Dein Sport, dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen.
Das ist Mia. Mia hat zu Hause einen richtig schönen Designboden, der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schultz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden-Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schultz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps!
We have a new pitcher for the Capitals, something that we've been waiting for, and that is because he has major league experience, and that is the Lithuanian Davidas Neverauskas, who came from Japan. He was playing in Japan just before coming to the Capitals. The Steelers will have somebody to contend with if they want to try and put some runs on the board, and not just anybody. And Zach Dodson, the books on him are closed. He finished with 12 strikeouts, only gave up 1 hit, 3 walks. Neverauskas gets his second strike as a Capital here in the Bundesliga. He's facing Mark Harder, the second baseman. Oh, a big swing and a big strikeout. First strikeout in the Bundesliga for Davidas Neverauskas. This is somebody that the league is definitely going to have to contend with. I mean, of course they're going to have to contend with him, but this is pro-level experience.
And yeah, I mean, of course, that was a great move for the Capitals to get him, and he has a European passport, so he can play any game. I mean, he is European, so he just not only has a passport like that, he's from Lithuania.
And this is just a notch higher than even Zach Dodson, as the Steeler batters are not getting around on his pitches yet. And 6 pitches, 6 strikes. Let's see if he gets that immaculate inning. I hope I didn't jinx him, but if he throws 3 more strikes and gets that strikeout on the 3rd strike, well, then we have an immaculate inning, and that's not something that happens very often in any league. Strike 1 to Julian De Alba, as the Steeler batters are trying to accustom themselves to the speed from Neverauskas. Played with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, he was the first pitcher of his country in the MLB ever, so.
Strike 2. 8 pitches, 8 strikes. I wonder if my esteemed colleague Brent Kerrigan has ever seen an immaculate inning live. Strike 3. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts. That is impressive pitching.
That's another level, right?
That is another level. Looking very forward to seeing how the rest of the league will deal with that. A pleasure to call that. And getting high fives from the whole dugout.
And head coach Max Schmitz is smiling.
Yeah.
So
It's like, look at what we've got here in our staff. And now after 6.5 innings of play, the Capitals lead 4-0. This is Caps TV. We here in the box behind home plate were in awe of that pitching performance. The very first Bundesliga inning for Davidas Neverauskas, an immaculate inning. Sean Cruz didn't manage that in his first inning, last inning. And the first pitch to
Vinny
Islands is a ball, leading off the bottom half of the 7th inning. And the sunshine has disappeared as clouds are rolling in, and Vinny Islands pulls that one into right field for a base hit. Leadoff single. That's 3 hits today for the Capitals catcher.
Yeah, and yesterday a home run, so he has a good time
Having
this
a
weekend.
good series against the Steelers. Stepping to the plate is Dan Lamb Hunt. He's 1 for 3 today. Scored a run in the first inning. Capitals seek to extend their lead with the leadoff single. First pitch is called ball 1 to Lamb Hunt, the DH today. He played second and first base yesterday, giving the fielding day off, and he hits a sky-high ball to right field, and the right fielder at the warning track, and he makes the catch at the fence. Good play by the right fielder there.
A little bit too high.
Little bit too
Otherwise
high.
it would have been longer.
Yeah, Mark Harder, though, having a good day out in right field. Got to give him credit. Caught that one right at the fence, and Vinny Arons has to hold at first base on that long fly out by Dan Lamb Hunt. That's the first out of the inning. Stepping to the plate now is John Schultz. He has a single, a double, hit by a pitch. He's been on base all 3 times up till now, 2 for 2. Counts 1-0. Next pitch, big swing, miss. 1-1 now is the count. A little bit of noise. Let's get a little more noise. More noise. More noise. And that gets away from the catcher, and as he grabs it, he falls to the ground. No play as Vinny Arliss advances to second base on, I have to call that a wild pitch. Hit the dirt before anything else. Got away from the catcher, Bentley. Now, Alex Bentley really has had a tough series, I must say. A lot of wild pitches in the dirt. He looks like he's playing hurt. Runner now in scoring position at second base with 1 out. Schultz has 2 RBIs already today. And that fastball's hit right at the shortstop, and that one also is hot, but he can grab it, throw to first base.
He's not fast enough, so.
But Vinny Arliss can advance to third base on that play. De Alba over to Kilich for the second out of the inning, which means Justus Leckie, the right fielder, comes to the plate with the runner on third base and 2 outs. That one is outside for ball 1. It's the bottom half of the 7th inning. I missed the song and dance routine, I think, by Fabian. And there's a good play by the third baseman to end the bottom of the 7th as the Capitals fail to capitalize on that leadoff single. And so the score remains 4-0 as we head into the 8th inning. This is Caps TV. Heading into the 8th inning here in Bonn. We have a new pitcher after that impressive one-inning performance by Davidas Neverauskas. If you missed it, Neverauskas in his very first Bundesliga inning threw an immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts. But he hands it over to Paul Schmitz, brother of manager Max Schmitz. And he starts by facing off against Linus Hartmann, the right fielder for the Steelers, who has 2 strikeouts so far, but has played very well in the field. I'll grant him that, with some good outs. Caught one last inning just at the fence off the bat of Dan Lamb Hunt. And it's 1-1. And Paul Schmitz. Count goes to 2-1 for the Capitals' new pitcher this inning. And just like his brother, Paul is tall.
Yeah.
2 meters and
It's
4
even
centimeters.
taller, yeah.
Yeah, growing still. He's just 18. So he and Noah Lind have come up through the ranks of the Capitals. And there's nothing better for any team, honestly, is have good pitchers coming up through your own ranks, or just having good pitchers, period.
Actually,
but
this
it's really
is what the Capitals are doing. I
Yeah.
mean, we raise a lot of players on our own.
Yeah.
So
and it's hard to find good pitchers. Any team could say that. And Linus Hartmann draws a walk to lead off the top half of the 8th. Always, if you can have a big, if you can have a deep pitching staff, your teams will go far in seasons and in the playoffs. And the Capitals have shown that year in and year out, probably for 10 years at least, where they consistently are reaching the playoffs, getting into the league championship, and then the Meisterschaft, the whole Bundesliga championship.
yeah, and from the pitcher side, we are still missing Sascha Koch because he had an injury. So he got a surgery last year on his shoulder, and he's still recovering. So
0-2 the count to the leadoff hitter for the Steelers, Villarreal.
now it's 0-2.
Now it's 0-2. Somebody got ahead of that on the board. I was missing it. I missed it, but it's now 0-2. With the runner on first base, leadoff walk. And although there has been no damage because of walks or anything similar, might be one thing Max Schmitz would, be concerned about. It's never good to let leadoff men get on base. But that has happened, according to my count, 3 times today that the leadoff batter has reached base. Once on all 3 of those times on walks. So that's certainly an issue that you don't want to have happen when you're playing the really good teams. And that's nothing against the Steelers. But the Steelers are probably not in the playoff hunt. And there's Eric Blank with a good play. Nice play as he goes into the hole.
That was great.
Spins and throws the runner out at second base, who he puts his hands on his head saying, how could you have done that, Eric Blank? But he did it. Really nice play there by the Capitals shortstop. Getting the force out at second base for the first out of the inning. And stepping to the plate is the DH, Matic Lesniak, with a swing and a miss. He is 0 for 3 today. All 3 of those strikeouts. Pitch goes over to first base. No problem. As Villarreal dives back. So Villarreal has stolen 1 base, was caught stealing, all in the first inning. Counts 1-1 to Lesniak. That one's outside. Ball 2. Villarreal with another healthy lead. And that curveball outside for 3. Ball 3. 3-1. And that one not only is ball 4, but it gets away, and the Villarreal takes a big turn at second, but it will stay there. Which means that there are now runners on first and second. Both of them having reached on walks. And had it not been for Eric Plank's excellent play between short and third, there might be 3 runners on base. Lavinia Arlen's goes to talk to Paul Schmitz, say, hey, we got this, but got to let them put the ball in play. And Alex Bentley, the catcher, will step up to the plate, and he's the only player for the Steelers today to get a hit. 2 singles. Certainly somebody to be careful of. Paul Schmitz comes with the first pitch, and that one is low for ball 1. A 1-0 count with 1 out. What's the pitcher's best friend? Double play. Could be useful, or would be useful here, but it's 2-0 now. Fouls that one back. 2-1 now the count. Capitals are ahead 4-0 and been pretty smooth sailing. They jumped out to a 3-run lead in the first inning. Scored a run also in the 6th inning. Take that back in the 5th inning. And the Steelers have managed 2 times to get runners into scoring position, but have not been able to score any runs. 2-1 to count, and as a solid shot, it's line drive to the third baseman, Leonard Vela, for the 2nd out of the inning. So Alex Bentley has put good wood on the ball and has been rewarded, but not that time on that line drive to third base. Now with 2 outs, the cleanup hitter for the Steelers, Brian Murphy, comes up. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. That curveball high for ball 1 to Murphy. That one's outside, ball 2. That's Paul Schmitz having a little bit of command problems.
Yeah, tries to find the strike zone.
Yep. And there's one right down the pipe. Strike 1. As Murphy was looking all the way. And why not? If you find the pitcher is not getting the ball over the plate, and take one. Now the count's 2-1 with 2 outs. Schmitz with the off-speed pitch. That one's fouled back, and the count is now even at 2-2. My guess is he'll come in with fastball here, not take any chances. And that's what he does. Murphy fouls it back as the count stays even at 2-2. Well, this week Major League Baseball started 1 week later than it was supposed to after the lockdown or the shutout by the owners. If memory serves me correctly, only one team has 3 wins at the moment. Who was that? The New York Mets, and Eric Blank challenges his first baseman there, John Schultz, but Schultz digs that ball out of the dirt to end the top half of the 8th, and no runs are scored. It's 4-0 for the Bond Capitals. This is Caps TV.
Dein Sport, dein Team, überall live. Fußball, Eishockey, Basketball, alle Spiele live. Jetzt auf magentasport.de buchen. Dein
Heading into the bottom half of the 8th, the Bond Capitals lead 4-0, and it's the bottom third of the lineup who will be coming to the plate, leading off with Danny Lankost, number 37, and the center fielder today is 0 for 2 and reached base on a hit by pitch, his last at-bat, his last plate appearance, should say. Was ultimately thrown out stealing. Counts 2-0 as Sean Cruz still looking for the strike zone. And there's a high pop fly behind second base. And the second baseman calls off everybody and reels that one in. Mark Harda catches the pop fly by Danny Lankhorst.
And all in all, I mean, the Capitals' offense is struggling.
Yeah, it has not really it hasn't managed to get a ton of hits. Some better timing would have helped. Definitely would have scored more runs. And Leonard Vela swings on the first pitch, and he grounds out to the third baseman. Brian Murphy, throws over to Kilich for the second out of the inning. 2 quick outs. And Eddie Stommel will come up. He's 0 for 2. Last plate appearance, he drew a walk. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 outs already in a quick bottom half of the 8th. And that off-speed pitch is high. Ball 1. Sean Cruz gets the sign, winds up. Pitch comes. Eddie Stommel, strike one. Next pitch. Foul down the third base line for strike two. Stommel behind in the count, 1-2. That's high. Doing a little bit of math. Capitals have 7 hits today. Managed to also draw 3 walks. That curveball in the dirt. The count goes full. Foul ball. Well, Eddie Stommel still has a good bat. Managed to make contact, foul off a lot of pitches. Valuable for Max Schmitz to have somebody like that. So much experience and could put the ball in play when necessary, and he takes ball 4.
And he draws a lot of walks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the second one of the game for him, which gives Eric Blank his 5th plate appearance. Well, a runner on first base, Stommel. 2 outs. Eric Blank scored a run in this game, has a single. 1 for 4. It's a ground ball to Murphy, the third baseman, who throws to first to get the 3rd out of this inning. And will take us into the top half of the 9th, where the Steelers' middle part of the order will be trying to keep this game alive. This is Caps TV. We're heading into the top half of the ninth inning, and the Hamburg Steelers need 4 runs at least to keep the game alive. And entering the game, Capitals are going with a new pitcher. Zach Dotson started this game, pitched 6 innings, and Davidas Neverauskas came in for an immaculate inning. Paul Schmitz pitched the last one. Hey, we got a Schmitz up here too. Another Schmitz, don't we?
It's all a big family here at the
Man
Capitals.
almighty. What would the Capitals do without the Schmitz? Huh?
Oh, they still have Tesing, Beckmann, Paulus.
And the 4th pitcher today for the Capitals, Nick Michelli, trying to close this one out. Not a save opportunity, but nevertheless.
Trying to close the game because this might be the last half inning.
Yeah. And it's 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter, and that is Marvin Kilic, the first baseman. And he pops one down the right field line. That's going to be out of play. Careful over there.
Yeah, so before, just talking about next week. So next week we have another home game. Because it's the Easter weekend, we play on Sunday and Monday. So right. Easter Monday is the second game. It's Cologne Cardinals coming up. And
not a long drive for the Cardinals.
No, and we have an evening game on Easter Sunday.
Okay.
And a noon game on Easter Monday.
And Nick Michelli strikes out Marvin Kilic to start the 9th inning. So in all, that's 16 strikeouts so far for the Capitals. Sorry.
Let me quickly also mention again the Champions Cup, and that we are looking for volunteers because we need there's a lot of work to do for this time. So if you are interested, just write an email to gfgf@capitals.de. If you are interested, you can have a 5-hour shift, and then the rest of the day you watch baseball.
Uh-huh. And there's a line drive into the end, and Justus Leckie falls down as he jumped onto that ball. I don't know if he would have reached it. It dropped between right and center field. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to show up in the highlight reels for Justus anytime soon.
It's a little slippy out there. Come on.
Okay. But it's a hit. Mark Harda.
Wet grass.
Yeah. Mark Harda with the single into right center field. As I said, I don't know if Justus would have reached that anyway. Oh, runner on first base for the Steelers, and coming to the plate now is Mirko Olszewski, who swings and misses on the first pitch. And the next one inside. Evens the count 1-1. And off-speed pitch inside for ball 2. 2-1.
Yeah, Nick is our really utility player. He can pitch, he can catch.
Yeah, catch.
He plays outfield.
And he goes with a sidearm pitch, and that's a grounder back to Michelli, and the batter did not run, thinking the ball hit the plate, that would have been a foul ball, and there's going to be a short discussion with manager Volgemuth, who Kevin Husic
looked strange.
Not quite sure what to do. He's going to call a conference with his colleagues from first and second base. The umpires meet near the pitcher's mound. Nick Michelli did the right thing. You throw, you make the play. And they call him out.
He's out.
They call him out as the batter felt that was a foul ball.
So that's the second out. So we are
second out. Runner can advance though on the play. leaving a runner on second currently with 2 outs. And Julian De Alba is the batter. Could be the final out of the game. Nick Michelli winds up, pitches strike 1. But Julian De Alba 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Next pitch comes. That one's inside. 1-1 to count. And he fouls that one down the right field line. 1 strike away from a Capitals victory.
Yeah, as we said before, I mean, of course, the offense lines on both sides were struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good pitching. I mean, also
and there's a hit by pitch. So this
also from Justin Olic on Hamburg's side.
Yeah.
So
after that first inning, Olic settled and had few problems. The Capitals didn't really hit the ball hard enough to cause many problems. Got some walks, but never were able to string hits together to get a lot of run production. So the next batter steps to the plate, and that's Linus Hartmann. He's 0 for 2, and he hits a grounder to the first baseman, Schultz, who fields it cleanly and steps on first for the final out of the game. And with that, the Capitals wrap up sweep, a 2-game sweep, with a 4-0 victory today. They won 12-1 yesterday, and we saw the first Bundesliga pitching appearance of somebody who will show a lot of promise for the Capitals, I think, Davidas Neverauskas. But all around, good performance by the Capitals. Pitching, the hitting, could use a little improvement, but nothing to really to be sad about. And anything more that we should say?
No, I think it was a nice outing here for the fans.
Yeah.
Good that we started the season.
Yeah.
A little bit chilly, but it will be warmer over the next couple of weeks. As I said, next week against Cologne.
Yeah.
Come back to the park.
Let's hope the weather warms up a little bit.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Angela, it was a pleasure. Fabian, thank you for all your help. And if you can't come to the stadium in Leinoa, then join us on Capitals Network next week on YouTube. Take care.
Thank you.